been asked to talk on Maya and Avidya, their role in Advaita. Before going to the lecture, I feel I am really blessed to have been invited for this lecture in the name of the great PMP Mahatma. He is one of the greatest professors in the whole of the world and so much dedicated to the Advaita Vedanta. Every person reading Advaita Vedanta has to go through his books. He is not only a mere academician, but a person who is so much attached with the great Ramana Maharshi and the great Shankaracharya of Kanchi, Madam Chandrasekhar. So, not only academician, he wanted to actually get the realization and to have been associated with this Shankaracharya lectures. I feel glad, and I should thank Professor Misraji for having associated me with that. Now, coming to the subject. The subject is Maya and Avidya. Before actually going to Maya, let us actually see the necessity of the Maya. Why should there be Maya? Is there Maya in other systems? Now the whole philosophy stands on a tripod. Ishvara, Jiva and the world. So any philosophy in the world will discuss the interrelation between these things. Whether it is Shveta, Advaita, 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 or any other philosophies, Western philosophies, everything, they should think only on these things. What is world? Connection between this world and the individual working in this world and who has created these things. Now, as per the Advaita, wherein the approach is from top to bottom, you must understand. All other people, Nayayikas, Sankhyas, they wanted to understand the Supreme Brahman, the creator of the world, through what they have saw. They saw here. They thought the whole, every object in the world has three gunas. So its cause also should have three gunas. So what it should cause be? It should be a thing which we call as pradhana, but it has three gunas. It is also an inner substance from which everything would have come, because all the karana gunas, the gunas existing, the properties existing in the cause should come into the effect. That is what we see in the world. So going in the reverse, all the qualities that we have, all the gunas that we have in this world should have come from its original cause. This is their idea. So they said the world has come from one pradhana. Similarly, as they said, when you go on dividing every object, you land into one thing called a paramanu, which you cannot divide. So from that paramanu, they join together, two atoms join together to make a molecule, etc., you get the big object. And these objects, they have the qualities from that cause. So this is what they thought. So from down, they started going up, find out the creator from which the whole thing has come. Whereas in Advaita, the role is reverse. Upanishad says, Ekameva Advitiyam. It is from the Brahman the whole world has come. So we are coming from Brahman and then finding out how this Brahman had created all this. And now, one important thing that we could see is, any object in the world, when it is created, it undergoes transformation. Milk is transformed into curd. Mud is transformed into a pot. Golden biscuit is transformed into a bangle. So there is transformation. What's wrong? Brahman could have been transformed into the world. Yes, easy to understand. But that's a lacuna here. The Upanishad says Brahman is immutable. It can never undergo any change. Any change, if you adduce it to the Brahman, then Brahman will become a perishable object which you cannot accept. The Upanishad says it is immutable, it is eternal. An eternal object, an immutable object, how it can create another thing? Creation means transformation. When a transformation takes place, the original object should undergo the transformation. It can no more be an immutable object. So, there are two things here which are exactly opposite. Namely, the original Brahman is immutable and the world is an effect of the Brahman. So, there are two contradictions. How to resolve the contradiction? Just imagine any object transferred, gold, transferred to a metal. That means no more gold. Gold has been transferred into value. You can't ask it. Milk has been transferred into the card. There's no milk now. You can't take coffee now. No milk. That's transformed into card. But if we say like that, the Brahman has been transformed into the world, is that Brahman now? No, you have world. You have the effect. What about the cause? You have to say, cause has undergone change in as to the world. That means there is no cause per se now. No object, no Brahman now. Okay, sir, what's happening? Okay, let there be no Brahman. If you get liberated, where will you go? Liberation means becoming Brahman. Now, you want Brahman also now, you want the cause in its form, and also the effect. You can't have both. So here comes the necessity of Maya. That is, the cause will continue to be its cause. The cause will continue to be in its own pristine, pure form, without any change whatsoever. And finally, you will have the effect also. This is possible only with the introduction of Maya. That is, by Maya I mean, the original thing continues to be in its own state, but the effect appears over it. Just like a nacre appearing as a silver. It's mere nacre. Now, it continues to be in its own form. But for a person who sees it from a distance, it appears to be a silver. So, Shukti Rajata. It is Shukti. It continues to be Shukti. It doesn't undergo any change, but it appears to be a silver. The other example often quoted is a rope appearing as a snake. The rope is rope. It continues to be a rope. Rope did not change into a snake. It did not change into a went away. It never goes. Rope continues to be in its own state. But what happens? It appears as a snake. How did it appear? How did it appear? What made the rope to appear as a snake, sir? That means there is something which made the snake, which made the rope appear as a snake. And that's something we call it as mind. That something has to be defined, which is beyond definition. As like the Brahman, which is beyond definition. We only say Yatova Shodiva Tante. That which is above your speech and mind. It is above your thought process. Similarly, this Maya also defies all definitions. Still, we must give you something. Will not understand? What is this? So to that, some definition is given. And one famous definition is Yama Sa Maya. Ya, that. Ma doesn't exist, that is Maya. So Maya means something which doesn't exist. What is this? You are calling it an abhava. It's an absence. No. It is neither absence nor presence. It is neither bhava nor abhava. Something unique in you. And now, many others started giving definitions for this Maya. We will see those definitions and see what the Avidya is also. And are there two different things? Really? If they are different, why they are different? These are the things you can learn to say within this framework of say another 30 minutes. Now, I have given you the necessity of Maya and Advaita. Without Maya, you cannot explain the causality of the Brahman. Yes. So it is absolutely necessary because it's not Parinamavada, it's not the theory of transformation or Arambhavada, not that. We are going to take up theory of transfusion, Vivaktavada. That is, the original object continues to be in its pristine state but appears as something other. Its real nature is concealed and another nature is projected over it. The nature of the rope, that it is rope, is concealed. You see only as this. If you see the rope as a rope, the snake will not appear to you. So you are not seeing the rope. You are seeing something is before you, and which you call as this. And over that this, instead of telling us this is a rope, you are telling this is a snake. This continues to be at both stages. So this is this. But instead of a rope, you call it as a snake. And what made this rope appears to be a snake is due to the effect of. Now, how it works, let us just see. In the a real situation, when you see a rope or when you see any object, what happens? Your mind goes through your eyes and reaches the object and takes the shape of that object and comes back inside. And that's why you have the knowledge of the object. So whenever I see an object there, my mind actually goes out to that object. It reaches that object, takes the shape of that object, and comes back. Because if my mind doesn't come, I will die. So it comes back. So every time, whenever I see an object, mind goes to that object, comes back. That is why I recollect the object even though the object is not there after some time. I go home, but still I recollect, yes, I saw that object there. Because the mind has gone and has come back with the shape of that object. Now here, when it saw the rope, it should have gone up to the rope. But the real problem is, it should have known, yes, this is a rope. Instead of giving the knowledge as rope, it has given the knowledge as a snake. How it has actually happened? Now, the mind goes to that object. When it has gone to that object, the Chaitanya there, the consciousness there, near the rope, understood, yes, this mind has a weakness. What is that weakness? It is avaricious. It wants silver. Or rather, it is prideful. So it is afraid of the snake. So what happens? It makes the rope appear as a snake. And this Maya in the consciousness that is conditioned by that snake, by that rope. Where the rope is, the substratum of the rope is the Chaitanya. Consciousness. It is everywhere. So when it actually goes, there is Maya in the consciousness. And this Maya, yes, this man is afraid of snake. So let me play. So it appears as a snake, and then Instead of knowing it as a rope, it has understood as a snake and come back and tells you this is a snake. This is how rope snake, how you understand. Now, what made the rope appear as a snake? It is this Shakti, it is this power existing in the consciousness in the name of Maya, which did it. How it did, sir? It concealed the rope and projected snake over it. Can it do it? Yes, it does. And that's why we call this as Maya. It has two powers, the power of concealment and the power of projection. One is Avarana Shakti and the other is Vikshepa Shakti. So, what has happened? The rope had produced this snake. Similarly, would be satisfied with the example itself. The whole world is projected on the consciousness. Whatever you see in the world, whatever you smell, whatever you hear, everything is the products of the Brahman. Now, all of them are superimposed in the Brahman. Why? Another being superimposed. They appear on the Brahman. As the rope appeared, as the snake appeared on the rope, the whole world appears on the Brahman, consciousness. And the consciousness has this power, which is called Maya, which conceals its original nature and projects another thing. And that thing happens to be the world, the myriad forms in the world. So, there is absolute necessity for you to understand the Maya, accept Maya. If you don't accept Maya, your causality as the Brahman cannot be expressed. Now, do you have real causality, sir? No. Brahman is not caused by the universe because the universe doesn't exist. If the universe exists, you accept that that is universe, then you have to find out what the causality is. What created the universe? So in the highest level, when we see only Brahman alone, there's no need for us. But there's no world. Why should there be a creator in the world? So when you get the samadhi, or when you are a deep sleep, there's no person who has created the world. But when you see the world, when you experience the world, then there comes a question, who had created the world? So in the Vyavaharika state, you require the causality of the Brahman. So in the Vyavaharika state, phenomenal state, you require yes, there is a creator. And that creator happens to be immutable. So to create, for him to create the world, you require what you call an energy called, rather a Shakti called Maya. And that Maya has been taken, accepted in the Advaita. It's not that something which you and have created it. The Vedas, they themselves have given this. Mayam tu prakatim vidya, mayinam tu maheshwar. So, there is absolute necessity for you to accept the Maya, and it is given by the Vedas. Now, first problem I have finished. Next comes, what's the power of Maya? How it does? I have given you two powers. One is the power of concealment, and the other is power of protection. Unless an object which reality is concealed, you won't be able to see another. If there is a screen here, you will see the screen as a screen, no doubt. But if some picture is written over the screen, still you see the screen, right? But then you say, I see the picture, but not the screen. You view TV for an hour, and you say, what did you see? So there is a film going on. So I saw the film on the screen. But reality yourself, was there film? Was there actors here? No. What was that? You were viewing only the screen. Nothing more than that. But in the screen, rather on the screen, you saw many pictures. And and your attention was only on the pictures and not on the substratum screen. Similarly, whatever you see in the world, they have been superimposed. They appear over the screen, and finally you should understand the real nature is only the substratum. And that substratum is totally concealed. You are not able to see the screen. You are not able, even though you see that, you are not able to understand that. And that power we call it as concealment, power of concealment. And when that is over, then it will have projection over it by very. How only using only these things and not another things? How only why only snake appears on the road and not a building appearing on the road? For that we have many reasons. They should be similar. The snake is similar to the road. The moon is not similar to the road. So you can't see a moon on the road. So there are similarities required, some other things are required, many other factors are required. So what we can say is the real nature is concealed and another thing is projected. Now I have given you the necessity for accepting the Maya one. Next is the Maya has two powers. One is power of concealing the substratum. Next one is superimposing many things. And what it superimposes, how it superimposes, depends upon many other factors. We are not going to deep into that now. Now, what is the definition for Maya? How it actually works? This Maya is nothing but an object, rather a power residing in the Brahman. And even though it resides in the Brahman, you can't separate it from the Brahman. Is it possible, sir? And a property in an object, but you can separate that property. Yes, it is possible. One person draws very nicely, very quickly, good pictures on the paper. The power of drawing is there in his hand. Can you remove it from his hand? The power of painting. So nicely he paints. When I paint, it doesn't come like anywhere near that. But then, your woman in your kitchen, they have the power of cooking. So many dishes. But when I go, nobody will be able to eat. But still, that power while they are getting, how do they get it? Is it separate from the hand or is it in the hand? The power of writing, sir. When you and I write, a doctor writes, only the compounder will be able to read. No other person in the world. But there are some people who write so nicely. It's like print they write. That art of writing so nicely. In their hands you not accept. If not in their legs or some other thing. But can you separate it, sir? If I say there are two objects, one connected in that, how are you going to prove that they are two different things? You have to separate it so. Can you at any time separate the power of writing and the hand? Not do that. Similarly, Maya is the power residing in the Brahman, but at any time you cannot separate it from the Brahman and so. So it is something which is intrinsic in the Brahman, always exists in the Brahman. And the same Maya, Maya Shakti, which has two powers, Avarana Shakti and Viksheka Shakti, what's the locus of this Maya? The locus of Maya is Brahman. Avarana Shakti, Viksheka Shakti, both Shaktis having in the Brahman, the locus is only in the Brahman, not anywhere. This Avarana Shakti and Viksheka Shakti are the Maya Shakti as I call. It is with the Brahman. You cannot separate it Brahman with the Brahman. And you cannot say it is identical with the Brahman also. The Brahman is consciousness. This is Jadapada, a power. It is neither identical with the Brahman nor different from the Brahman. It is not a part of the Brahman, nor it is identical with the Brahman. And that's why in Viveka Chodamani Shankara says, Sannapya Sannapya Bhayatmikano, Bhinnapya Bhinnapya Bhayatmikano, Sangapya Sangapya Bhayatmikano, Mahatbhuta Anirvachaniya Rupa. We cannot say it is whether it is a positive substance or a negative substance. It is a part or it is partless. You can't say anything. But still exists. You can't say I don't accept Brahman. If you don't accept Brahman, you can't explain causality. If you don't accept causality, there is no Vyavaharika in the whole world. But the word appears. You don't explain how it appears. So there is absolute necessity for you to understand the Maya, and the definition of Maya defies all other logic in the whole world. This is what Shankara has given. And Vidyaranya in his Panchadashi, he says this Brahman, this Maya is Sattva Shuddhi Avishuddhityam Maya Vidyate Avidyayate Mati. This Maya also contains three gunas. You don't accept it. Because the effect of the Maya that we see in the world, every object in the world has three gunas. Sattva Guna, Rajo Guna and Tamo Guna. How Sattva Guna? You see an object, the moment you say, object is very nice. You are able to enjoy that object. You see a rose, the moment you see it is so nice. Nice color, nice to touch, good smell, everything. So, the moment it raises certain ideas in your mind, that means it raises good aspects in your mind. So it has sattva. Sattvat sanjayate jnanam, sattvat sanjayate sukha. Suppose if there is a cockroach there, what you will do? Somehow then you want to throw away that. Oh, let it be there, sir. Will you say that? No. So that means it creates a sense of, yes, it has to be thrown out. This is Rajo. And there is some other thing which you call, if it is there, okay, let it be there. You have seen many cars flying on the road. You are not bothered. It has come out. Only thing is that it should not hit you. So this is tamohara. That is, you are totally not concerned with that. So every object, every person will either give you attraction or repulsion or udasina. So every object in this world has three gunas: sattva guna, rajo guna and tamo guna. And these three gunas are in every object. So the original, the creator of this guna, from which these things has come, what I call the material cause of these gunas, should also have these three qualities. And so your Maya, just as Sankhya has said, your Maya also has these three gunas. Now, having accepted the Maya as three gunas, now, that they created difference. When in the same Maya, if it has more Sattva guna, I call it as Maya. Suppose it has in a particular stage, it has got more amount of Rajo guna or Tamo guna, which exceeds the quality of Maya, that is Sattva guna in the Maya, I call it as Avidya. So Maya and Avidya are the same thing, sir. When it is clear, then I call it as Maya. When it is not clear, but muddy, I call it as Avidya. So same thing, or same decoction. When it is clear, that part I call it as Maya. The other part is Avidya. So Maya, Avidya are one and totally same thing, but at some stage I call it as Maya, and another stage I call it as Avidya. But people, they wanted to create some other thing. So what they did is, Maya is different, Avidya is different. Some authors they got it there. But generally, when it has more Sattva guna, we call it as Maya. Sattva Shuddhi Avishuddhityam Maya Avidya Chate Mate. If it is Sattva guna more, I call it as Maya. If it is Rajo guna, Tamo guna is more, I call it as Avidya. Same substance at different portions, I call it. This. Now what's the benefit that you are getting? Or rather, what the great Shankara thinks on this? In his Bhashyan Adrishyatva Adhikarana, Shankara says, Avidya hi Bija Shakti Avyakta Shabda Nirdeshya Parameshwara Maya Ashraya Maya Mayi Mahasukti. In his Brahma Sutra Bhashya of Adrishyatva Adhikarana, he says, Avidya hi Bija Shakti. Bija Shakti, the causality. It is Avidya. So he calls Maya and Avidya one and same. Avidya Priteya Maya Takti. Avyakta Shabda Nirdeshya. It could be called as Avyakta. As I told you, it's not Vyakta. It's not so clear. You cannot say that it is either identical with the Brahman or not identical with the Brahman, different from the Brahman. So it is Avyakta. Not clear, unmanifest, still. Parameshwara Ashraya. If it is in the Parameshwara, you can test Maya Shakti, Maha Sushukti, Yasyam Swarupa Pratibodharahitaha, Shedate Samsarino Jiva. All the Jivas, at the time of deluge, they joined in the Maya. They are in the Maya. Only when the creation has come, they come out of the Maya. Once again, they enter the Maya at the Pradaya. Just as when you are deep sleep, what happens to your sense organs? Are you able to see? Are you able to hear? Are you able to smell? When you are in deep sleep, all these sense organs actually entered your heart. So they are not working here. The moment you wake up, all of them they work. Similarly, all the individual souls, all the minds they get attached to the Maya or other Avidya Shakti, and it is with the Brahman. When the creation starts, they come out of the Brahman. So it is something coming out and going inside. So this is what they say. Tadedam tadve abhyakritamasi tan namarupakyanam vyakakarya. That was unmanifest at the time of delusion, and they are manifested when there is actually a creation. So you see the manifestation, and this manifested form you have in the form of name and form. Every object has a form, every object has a name. Namarupa Vyakarana is the creation. What the creation is? Giving different names and different forms. Gold, it was there in the form of a biscuit. He had given it to the goldsmith. He creates a bangle, he creates a chain, he creates a ring. What did he do? From out of the gold, he made a shape. And that shape has been given a name. This is also gold, sir. Is bangle not gold? It's gold alone. Nothing more is added in it. It continues to be gold. But it has something more. And what is that something more? That something more is the form. And when a form has come, you gave a name for it. So when a name and form has come, you said bangle has been created. Is there anything more than gold in it? No. What the name and form you have created, it tends to zero at a particular time. When you are going to make it once again into the old past, what happened to the name and form? It's gone. So creation is nothing but past plus name and form. And that name and form is divine. It's the effect of divine. And so he says, Sherate samsarino diva tadekad avyaktam kochid akasha shabda vaksha. This Maya is sometimes given as akasha in the Brihadaranyaka. Yatasminna kalo akshare ke akasavotas chaprotas deti. Here akasha means unmanifested Maya. Similarly, kochid akshara shabda bodhitam. Akshara, Parata, Para, in the Buddha Upanishad, you have Akshara. What that Akshara means? The same Maya. Akshara, Parataha, Para. More than this Maya, you have the Brahman. Similarly, question Maya, this will become Mayam, Tupratim, Vidya, Mayanantu, Maheshwaram. Maya is the original cause, the material cause for the world, through which the whole world objects have come. So, when you come up to the Bhashya, you have references in this Adrishyatva Adhikarana. Similarly, you find in the Anumanika Adhikana and also in Vaishwana Adhikana. In all these places, your Shankara is Maya and Avidya is identical. They are identical. Because there's only one Shakti, I told you. That which is absolutely necessary for you to accept. If not, you will not be able to explain the causality of the immutable Brahman. Either you leave the immutability of the Brahman or you leave the causality. But if you want both, you need that. Your Advaita needs Maya. And so this Maya has been accepted, given in the Vedas, given in the Upanishads, and it is logically only then it is possible for you to explain. But some of the authors, the later authors, especially Vidyaranya and other people, they sometimes make a small difference between this Maya and Avidya. Because, see, this Maya, rather this Prakriti which I told you earlier, unlike the Sankhya Prakriti, the Sankhya Prakriti, the Pradhana accepted by the Sankhya's, that is the purpose. What is that? It is independent. It gives you the good and bad things for the individuals. For the jiva, for the limited soul, Pradhana gives either happiness or misery. It is its soul. Sukham dukkham janayati. Why it does that? It is purpose. When it leaves the individual, he gets liberated. Now, this Pradhana is something which is independent, not dependent on Ishvara. We said no. This Maya is something which abides by the orders of the Ishvara, which is subservient to Ishvara. And that's why he said Maya. See, this Maya has Sattva-guna more. When a person has more Sattva-guna, he is more knowledgeable, he is more amenable. So, it is Ishvaradhina Maya. In Gita it says, Daivi Ekta Gunamayi, Mama Maya Duratya, Mameva Yek Prapatyante, Maya Metam Taratya. So, Mama Maya, Adadhina Maya. So, Ishvaradhina Maya, unlike the Sankhya Pradhana. So, when it happens to be an Adhina, when it accepts and when it obeys, you say it has got more Sattva. Whereas then, because of that, Ishvara, the Creator, he has what you call the Sarvajnatva. Because there is Maya, which has more Sattva-guna. More Sattva-guna means more knowledge. More knowledge means Ishvara is Sarvajnatva. Whereas when it comes to the Jiva, the individual soul, what happens? This Maya, as told you, when it comes to the Jiva, it has more doshas. It has more amount of Rajoguna and Tamoguna. So it starts creating trouble to the Jiva. Whereas in the case of Ishvara, the same Maya, it has more Sattva-guna, and so it gives more knowledge, more amenable to the Ishvara. Whereas when it comes to the Jiva, what happens, sir? It troubles the Jiva. Because more Rajoguna, more Tamoguna. Tamoguna gives you laziness, Rajoguna gives you more work. More work means you are in trouble. The moment you get up and every morning, today I have to go there, I have to go here, I have to do this work, answer to him, attend on this work. So many works means you have tension, more. Similarly, this happens to the individual because it gives more Rajoguna, it gives more Tamoguna, laziness also. So they have divided it as Sattva-guna and Rajoguna. This is Rajoguna and Tamoguna. When it has, we call it as Avidya. So Maya, Avidya, they have changed it like this. Virtually, when you go to the original text, much of difference between Maya and Avidya is not given. But Avidya, you have to accept because there are two different stages. The stage of Ishvara and stage of individual soul. The individual soul has to somehow or other come out of the shackles of all these problems and then reach the Ishvara. When I say reach the Ishvara, reach the Brahman. The shackles of Maya, the Avidya should be thrown off. And these people, they give this Avidya one more name because whenever if I ask you anything, the answer that comes to you, are you Brahman? You say, I don't know. Sometimes I am not Brahman, sometimes you reject, sometimes you say, I don't know. This whenever you say, I don't know, and it only shows Avidya. Vidya is you know, and Avidya, I don't know means Avidya. So people when they are in deep sleep and then they get up, what did you experience in your deep sleep? They say, Sukham aham swapsam naki chitabe. I slept well, but I didn't know anything. Whenever you say, I did not know, it means there is concealment. You did not know yourself itself. If you knew yourself, it's not sleep, sir. Only now I know myself. In deep sleep, did you know yourself? Are you conscious of yourself? If you were conscious, you are not sleeping. You did not know yourself itself. What's the guarantee that you will get up in the next morning, sir? No guarantee. But still we sleep with the thought idea that we will get up in the morning. You lost yourself. So when I ask you, what did you see in your deep sleep? Answer comes, I did not know anything. When you say, I did not know, that means your own nature was concealed. And when there is concealment, I call it as Avidya. So more of concealment, people call it as Avidya, and more of projection, they call it as Maya. So a small difference given for the sake of explaining things. These have been explained in many ways in Panchadesha, various places. Mittatva karyagam yasya shaktir maya agni shaktivat. But is it necessary, sir, to accept this? Veda says, nasadase, no sadase, tadani tamasi. There is no positive object. There is no negative object at the time of creation. Before the creation. Before the creation of this world, what existed then? Na satasi, na asatasi. But what is it? These things were concealed. Tamahasi, there was only darkness. It concealed everything. You are not able to see all the whole world then. And that concealment, power of concealment, Tama is given as Avidya. Tucha anirvachaniyata vastavi tetyasa uddrita. This Maya takes three places. When actually you understand the reality, then it becomes tucha. It doesn't exist. When you do not understand the reality, what happens? If something frightens you. And when you are not bothered about it, it leaves you. Tucha anirvachaniyacha vastavike tyabautrita nyayamaya vidha prokta shrauta yuktika laukikai. The worldly persons who are totally submerged in the world, they think the whole world is real. But there is real. The whole world is real. University is real. Dr. Mishra is real. He has asked me to give a lecture. I am giving. Everything is real, but not in person. But for the Jivan Mukta who understood all these things is a drama, sir. Do you see a cinema, a film as a real thing, sir? No. Because if it is real, you want to take a cup of coffee before it. A person sitting before a television, enjoying a film, takes a coffee and then enjoys it. Right? What happens in the film? One person shoots the other person. He is dead. If such a real situation comes, will you take a coffee at that time? No. You run away from that place. If there is a lion coming there, If you see it's a real lion, what you will do? All this will leave the lecture and go away. But if it's a mere lion picture, you understand it's only mere picture, then what you will do? Enjoy. So nicely drawn. So the same thing, same object, when you know the reality, is, the situation is different. When you do not know the reality, situation is entirely opposite. Similarly, this Maya, Parajnani, it doesn't exist. Tucha. For an ordinary person who knew the reality but not able to understand it clearly, it is Vyavahar. And for the ordinary people, the whole world is absolutely real. All these three things are given by the Maya. And then, can you define Maya, sir? Namiru Vayitum Shakya. Nobody will be able to clearly give you a definition for the Maya. Namiru Vayitum Shakya. Vispashtam Bhasate Kaya. But so clearly you are able to see it. A magician on the dais, he does magic. He just put a mango there, then closes it with a cloth. After some time, he asks somebody to remove the cloth. Instead of a mere mango, there is a mango tree. And there are 10 mangoes on the tree. He asks you to pluck the mangoes, cut it, and give it to anybody whom you like. These people are able to see, they are able to taste the mangoes. But he asks you once again, come, close it once again with the cloth. There is no mango tree at all. How it has come? You are not able to explain. You can't explain it because if you are able to explain the created, you become a magician. You only see that. That's not nothing is that. But there are people who are able to enjoy the taste the mango. How is it said? That's why I said your logic fails there. And where your logic fails, you will not accept it. No alternative. That says Nanidu Vayitum Shakya. Vispashtam Bhasate Kaya Sa Maya Indrajala Loka Sapratipedire Samsara Paramarthoyam. The ordinary people say the whole world is real. They are in the influence of the Maya, they accept the whole world to be real. Samlatna Swatna Vastuni Iti Prantir Avidya. So this is the effect of Maya. Iti Prantir Avidya Syat. That they only by Vidya it goes. Unless you know the real nature, Maya will not go. So, to understand Maya, I have given you the logical explanation. But how to remove the Maya? How to come above the Maya? Now, Bhagavan has given you Devi Kreta Pranamayi Mamamaya Duratteya Mameva Yeprapati. Understand me. Know me. Then only you will be able to cross this point. So this delusion will go unless and until, will not go unless and until you understand this substratum. And that substratum is the Brahman. For that you will have to do Shravana, Manana and Nididhyasa. Find out the truth, understand the truth, experience the truth. First stage is understanding. Next is try to experience it. When you experience it, the Maya will no more wag its tail. It goes away. It never remains there. It goes away. When it goes away, you are in the Nishprapancha Brahma state, where there is no more world. The world may appear to you, but still it will not trouble you. And that stage is what you call the Jivan Mukta stage. And when the body also fails, you pause, you find this is a Nishprapancha Brahman stage. And to that, to understand that, where the Vedas have given you, the Shastras have given you, the concept of Maya, and so Maya and Avidya, they have been given for some stage, for some explanation, they have been given as different names, with the compositions different. Object is the same thing, and that object is beyond your explanation, but to understand, to go away from the clutches of the Maya, The only possible thing is to know the Brahman, to understand and experience this Brahman. This is what the various Upanishads and the Brahma Sutras they give you about Maya and Avidya. And I'm able to complete the whole thing within the allotted time. It will take some 5 minutes and then get another question.